Knoxville Raceway, fueled by speed. Bronson Maeschen, Pleasantville, Iowa. We have a farm, and basically racing and farming is both supposed to take up 24 hours of your day, but we farm and try to work hard and do a pretty good job with that, but ultimately it's nice to have something to balance that out. So racing's been good for me with that, and I hope it even helps my family. I know it puts a lot of stress on everybody at times too, you know, everybody's got to pitch in. When we started racing, I was the captain. There was a neighbor that was helping us out get started, Gary Jordan, and he kept coming over and saying that the car was gonna be a ship. So the joke with my buddies was just to call me the captain of the ship. Basically, the fact that the track was 15 minutes away from our house, always intrigued me. It always looked like an awesome place when you know, we'd go to the outlot shows and the nationals every year and have a lot of fun, and you know, it was just, I always wanted to at least try it and get in the cars and be like one of them drivers. I really don't know why, they're all goofy and crazy, but yeah, my first race was, it was so much fun, you know, I just had no idea what to expect, and I was just so thrilled to be there and be part of the group. And I just remember being in awe at the drivers meeting, just standing there with all, because there was a 410 race the same night, and just being in awe of everybody that was there. But
how did it end up? How did your first night end up?
We in the winner's circle, and then I remember going back to the trailer, and then they said to take the car up to victory lane, which was pretty cool. I had no idea to even do something like that. And then after that, they said, "Oh, we got to go get your check." And I remember thinking like, "Oh, you get money for this?" So that was funny too. When you start racing, especially 410s when you're younger, just being out there with those guys is such a neat deal, and then savoring that, because yes, you know, knowing they're not all going to race forever, and never got to race with Doug Wolfgang. That would have been really cool. But yeah, you know, those guys was our heroes growing up, you know. So getting to go out there and dice it up with them, and they just kicked our butt at first, and I even thought that was fun. But anymore, it's like I want to beat them, and you do just have to view them like any other driver. But it's definitely neat, you know, for the fans and everything to have legends like that out there racing. Winning the track title is by far the hardest thing that our team's accomplished. I mean, that takes a whole season and a lot of hard work and preparation. You know, winning a Capitani Classic's just such a thrill, because when I think there was 68 cars that night of the best cars in the country. Anybody's chances of winning is so low. So a lot of things have to work out, and you actually have to have some luck. But it's also, you know, such a low percentage chance of happening that it was quite a thrill. And you know, to be up there with the drivers like that and be on top, that's definitely the highest we've ever been as far as a competition. Yeah, there's always probably going to be moments you want to forget about, but you know, it's what makes you who you are, and it's part of your experience. Is you know, there's some dumb things you do, and you feel bad about them, but they mold you into who you are, and you learn from them, and they should make you better. So I guess maybe not. Maybe I don't want to forget them. Yeah, it's definitely always been expensive. There's definitely things that it does seem like it gets worse and worse. You know, you can only put one car and one motor on the track at a time, but it is tough when you got teams that are spending so much money on, they can test so much more, and the budget they'll maybe spend just to try stuff that even if it doesn't work, and throw it away. And you know, they do crash cars. You know, if a guy has 15 cars, he might drive his a little different and stuff. So it's made it tough, but I mean, to an extent, it's always been that way, and it is just one car and one thing at a time, and do what you can with it. I think they're the best race cars in the world, but the power to weight's just awesome, and definitely, you know, the fastest thing you're ever going to get on dirt is the best way I could describe it. Kind of like you know, drag cars. The power of a drag car is just so phenomenal, but the best way I can describe it is we get a little bit of that feeling, but we get to turn the corner and keep going. Anytime we win a race, I try to definitely live in the moment and you know, just enjoy it and soak as much in of it as I can. That's who Bronson Maeschen is.